So I watched Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick's new movie, Another Simple Favor, so you don't have to. And I'm gonna try to recap it for you in under 2 minutes. Strap in, spoilers ahead. So the first film wrapped with Blake Lively's character going to prison for faking her own death, which Anna Kendrick's character helped solve. Well, now it's 5 years later and Anna Kendrick wrote a book about it. And Blake Lively happens to now be out of prison, because she's on appeal, for legal reasons. Blake then blackmails Anna Kendrick to come to Capri, Italy for her Italian wedding, because she's getting married to Michelle Moroni, who happens to be part of the Italian mob. So Anna Kendrick attends, and this is where she finds her ex/Blake Lively's ex-husband, Henry Golding. And he's been dragged out to Italy by court order to bring their son to the wedding. And of course, things go awry, and Henry Golding ends up dead. Blake Lively marries Michelle Moroni, and next thing you know he also gets whacked. And it all ends up getting pinned on Anna Kendrick. Now, if you remember from the first movie, Blake Lively ends up faking her own death by whacking her secret twin sister, Faith, and making it seem like it was her. And that's also where we learned that there were actually triplets, but that the third baby, Charity, didn't end up making it. Well, surprise bitch, Charity's alive and well, and in Italy. So apparently this has to do with Blake Lively's kooky aunt, who's played by Allison Jennings. I guess she helped deliver her sister's babies, and she ended up stealing the third baby. I guess she thought it was a deliver two get one free deal. So all this time, she's secretly been raising Charity. And so now the kooky aunt and Charity end up making a plan to cash in on the Italian mob that now Blake Lively's marrying into. And so Charity ends up kidnapping Blake Lively, all while Anna Kendrick is now on house arrest and being investigated for all the murders. And it gets even more wackadoodle with this scene that feels like it's straight out of White Lotus Season 3, where Blake Lively, after getting kidnapped, wakes up a little hazy and finds Charity being a little too hands-on because she wants to make her sister, Blake Lively, feel good. A la Patrick Schwarzenegger in White Lotus Season 3, if you know, you know. But Blake Lively escapes and saves Anna Kendrick, and then we find out that she wasn't marrying Michelle Moroni for the money. Blake and Michelle Moroni used to be homies back in the day. And surprise, he's actually gay. So he helps her get out of prison, as long as she's willing to be his beard, so he could secretly do it in the butt with his lover on the down low. But his gay lover also happens to be from the opposing gang, so it's like this Romeo and Juliet with 2 Romeos and 3 Blake Lively's. And in the end, Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick end up throwing the kooky Ann off of a cliff and get Charity to take the fall for all the murders. And in the end, Anna Kendrick ends up taking in Blake Lively's son as Blake Lively goes on the run. And Blake Lively ends up owing the Italian mafia a simple favor of her own.